We're at TVLine's Comic-Con studio presented by ZTE. I'm here with Jordan Ross, the co-writer of the Cruel Intentions reboot, revival.
Pilot.
So what is going on? What is the latest? Because it was so just obviously to remind people, pilot wasn't picked up, but not
passed on.
Not
picked up. Talks are still very much alive. What's been amazing is the support system over at the network and the studio. People love this show. I think the world needs Catherine Murtoy. I mean, honestly, and the support on Twitter from fans and everybody alike. I think the show's gonna hopefully reach everybody very, very, very soon, and we're fingers crossed.
Well, NBC just extended the options on the cast through December, which is obviously a
super exciting. And we have all of our series regulars still on board, including Sarah, and everybody's just as excited as ever, and within the cast as well.
So do you know what's holding it up? If NBC loves it, why isn't it just, okay, we're gonna pick it up?
I'm not sure. I think it's something that's a little bit above my pay grade, honestly.
Okay, got it.
I know there was some back and forth, but they're talking about it, and they've always been very keeping us in the loop, and I just hear all the positive things that come out of there.
How did you come to this project?
I did an unauthorized musical parody of Cruel Intentions last year in Los Angeles with our co-writer Lindsay Rosen, and it was somewhere in the middle of the musical where Roger Cumble, the original writer-director, came with Sarah, Reese, and Selma, and it was everywhere. It was like Cruel Intentions reunion. Everybody was talking about it.
And I seeing that photo.
Yeah, and it was like the next morning I was like looking at Lindsay in the parking lot, and I was like, where do you think Catherine Murtoy is like right now? Like, after her public humiliation on the steps of Manchester Prep, like where did she go? And that was kind of the genesis of the series. And I think as it kind of snowballed into where we are now, it just was, one thing was for sure, everybody loved Cruel Intentions.
And what was it like to go from that to seeing Sarah playing this role again in something you wrote?
It's incredible. I mean, I've always been a huge fan of hers, so it was the dream come true. I remember when the pilot got ordered, she sent an email, and we were kind of like saying, like, we're so excited to work together. And I was like, I am never speechless. I always have something to say. Right now, I'm speechless. Was always a big Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, so she is Cruel Intentions. The show wouldn't have been the same without her, and everybody loves her, and we intend to keep it that way.
How did she do?
She's incredible. She just steps right back into that role, and Catherine's more manipulative as ever, but she's maybe a little bit more calculated. I think she's learned her lesson from what happened 17 years ago, so every move she makes is a little bit more subtle until finally she makes her move.
Okay, and she's the star of this show.
Yeah. Bash Casey, when we meet him and he discovers his father's journal, he runs right to her doorstep, because who better to teach him about his father than Catherine? And their worlds collide, and she wasn't really expecting him to show up. She didn't even know he existed. So he kind of rocks her world a little bit, and it's fun to sort of see the chip in that armor the minute he shows up on her doorstep.
When do you anticipate, if you were to guess, we'll have news on whether this is going to move forward or not?
Fingers crossed. We're still aiming for summer 2017. So we're still hoping for that, and that's what I hear. So
right. So I was hearing that too, that it was probably going to be a summer show.
Yeah, okay. and I think it's a great time for us. We've been saying like hashtag cruel summer or hashtag cruel for the summer. So something fun for people, a sexy summer show.